can't bring our peoples back, man. We're sick of this.
I think like most black people, I was terrified.
I think so much about the growing pulse of Atlanta leading up to June 13th. The uprising last summer totally was connected to both the pandemic and the rising economic inequity, the economic crisis that was taking place at the same time that there's this continued devaluation of black life.
As an officer, it's scary to think about when you've seen and what has happened in these other cities. And now it's in your city. You know, now you have to face that beast now. And there's no backing out. There's no way to back out of this.
I was just sad, right? I was angry, right, and enraged with APD because this had not been the first time that, you know, we have heard about killings of black people in our city.
This night could have been a night of bloodshed, honestly.
I told God, I said, hey, whatever happens, your will. He was with me that night.
Rayshard Brooks! Rayshard Brooks! Rayshard Brooks! Rayshard Brooks!
One day after Rayshard Brooks was killed by an Atlanta police officer, a crowd swelled around the Wendy's parking lot where he'd been shot. As the sun fell, protesters got closer and closer to the downtown connector. It's one of the busiest interstates in Atlanta.
Go back down. Atlanta's letting y'all do what y'all want down there. Go down there. Go down there.
Then demonstrators climbed onto the road, stopping traffic on a 14-lane bridge. Their numbers quickly ballooned to several hundred. The first police who responded were Georgia State troopers. There were 4 of them. The state patrol captain, who wasn't on the scene, had ordered troopers to arrest the protesters, but nearly all the officers agreed it was too dangerous and needed to wait for backup. Police and protesters worried the situation could turn deadly any moment. That wasn't just because of the conflict between demonstrators and officers. Troopers repeatedly fought among themselves about the safest way to clear the bridge.
My name is Clyde Anthony. I am a former Georgia State trooper. The protests of Rayshard Brooks, that was a very intense moment, a tense day. When we got out of our patrol cars, and the first thing you get hit with a brick on your arm, bottles look like it had urine in it, and you're running through your mind, and you're like, okay, we're in it now. This is it.
You need to exit the interstate system, or you'll be arrested. Here we go. Grab one and pull them back. Hey, stay together. Stay together.
Tell me how you treat your wife. Come on. Tell me how you speak your wife.
My name is Jonathan Likes. I'm an artist, activist, and academic.
Look, sir, we're trying to be safe and we're trying to de-escalate.
A lot of times last summer, folks were like, nope, no one should talk to police. Don't interact with police at all. But traditionally, over the years, somebody, like in organizing spaces I've been a part of, people have said somebody needs to talk to them to keep us safe. So the role right now, number one, buy time for your people.
How much time do you need?
Give us 15 minutes.
We need to go ask them now. Start talking. Go ahead, start talking. Start talking.
Thank you. Where's Tony Michelle?
No, we got Tony. Tony's right there. I need everybody who is not directly engaged with police to go.
We have 15 minutes before shit goes down.
Okay. 15 minutes.
Where's Tony Michelle?
Tony! Hands up!
They said, look. So, in that time,
I need
need for everybody to say, stay back. My name is Tony Michelle Williams. I am here from Atlanta, Georgia. I am an activist, an advocate, and social justice warrior. Hey everybody, we got 15 minutes. My name is Tony Michelle. Everybody say Tony Michelle. Say Tony Michelle. All right, I need you to listen to my voice because what we have right now is that we're about to do some negotiation with police, okay? And so I need for you so that they won't throw any tear gas on us or try to intimidate us any further. We are here to support you in that process. Peacefully. You have a responsibility and role to hold the line. Say, my role is to hold the line. My role is to hold the line. Say, my role is to hold the line. My role is to hold the line. And we're going to stay the fuck back. Thank you. You know, a lot of times it's not about standing our ground. It's just about taking up space. One of the things that I was saying to the Black State Patrol officer, she was like, you know, baby girl, young lady, people are ready to go home. I said, no, they're not.
But at the end of the day, it's just impeding my process of getting home, but it's necessary. It is what it is at this point.
I stopped the line, you know, because at the end of the day, I think that, you know, if all of them have the courage to get up here and do this for us, then, you know, I respect what they're doing, and who's to say how to fight the fight, you know what I mean? So I support what they're doing. They're young and they're courageous, and I support it.
We're not violent, they are. We're not violent, they are. We're not violent, they are.
Whether tactically taking the highway that particular night was the right decision or not, that's where we ended up. It was definitely not my decision or pre-planned. These are moments of spontaneous, sometimes organized chaos.
Listen. If this is how it's gonna go. I'm gonna try and talk to you as much as I can. We need to work out what we can, but listen, they're calling for people.
I know.
And there are gonna be a lot of people coming. Okay. And then it's gonna get real shitty.
I know.
Real fast.
Our job is to keep our people safe.
I want you guys to be able to do what you guys say. Just don't say it on the interstate.
This is Trooper Jordan Ennis. He decided to engage with protest leaders to de-escalate tensions. As he would later write to superiors, this was the safest thing he could think to do while waiting for backup.
Talk about it over there. That's the only thing we're trying to do.
So what you don't want is tear gas in the interstate tonight.
See,
that's not gonna.
But that's what's about to happen if we don't get the interstate open. Believe me, I'm familiar.
Okay.
And I'm standing up here. So,
thank you, Officer Ennis.
Yes.
Jonathan Lights. Thank you.
Jonathan, nice to meet you. My name's Jordan.
Thank you, Jordan.
We need to figure something out.
All right.
What can we do?
Don't fucking tear gas us. We're gonna talk to our people. We're gonna tell them what you're telling me. Yes. There's a lot of fucking people coming, and then we'll go from there. All right.
All right.
Do it now.
Yeah.
Come on.
Come on, man.
That's what we talking about, bro.
This is State Patrol Corporal Asher Gray. He wanted to follow the captain's orders to make arrests. He would later write to supervisors that he was outraged when he saw troopers talking with protesters instead of detaining them. Even if the troopers couldn't arrest everyone immediately, he thought they could arrest people who seemed like leaders or agitators.
We had one officer, one trooper who lost his cool, was not reflecting back to training with de-escalation.
They get off the interstate, you can go!
We know we don't want them on the interstate. We know that. But there's gonna come a time that we're gonna have to humble down and listen, and let's negotiate. There's nothing wrong with a negotiation. There's nothing wrong with saying, hey, which one of you can help us get someone off the interstate?
One instant and in 1 second, one person, right, with power, with a uniform, decided to make everyone unsafe in that moment.
When this black female come up, all she asked was 15 minutes because we didn't want to lock no one up. We didn't want to tear gas anymore. We didn't want the projectiles to start coming out. And we didn't want to get hurt or killed either. And when she had the megaphone, it's like she came out from heaven or somewhere. I didn't know where she come from, but they were listening.
15 minutes wasn't nearly up. But as Gray would later tell supervisors, he didn't think Tony Michelle Williams actually had any plans to help. He said the sergeant standing next to him agreed. That led to what he did next.
I am the embodiment of grace and peace. Y'all said we got 15 minutes, so I'm going to use this time.
We don't have 15 minutes.
What are you doing? Come on, man. Asher, stop.
What the fuck, dude? Come on, man. Hey! She's fucking helping us, man! She's fucking helping us! Let her go! Let her fucking go! Go somewhere else!
Out of control. He was out of control. Yeah, I was genuinely scared because as a black trans woman, I don't want to go to jail. And I had just negotiated and talked with officers, and we had an agreement.
That night, we all had to hold our composure in. We all had to hold it in. Because we could have easily been thrown over that bridge, that overpass. Easily. They see me in uniform, but they see past the uniform and they say, okay, well, he's African American, so he has to know how we feel. And we did. That's why I kept chanting to them, hey, we're listening, calm down, we're listening, I'm here, we're listening, we're all listening. But you have one to say, shut up, we don't care what you all got to say, and you're white.
You know, I felt like I was pulling my own stuff out.
De-escalate! 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 De-escalate!
You guys, calm down, calm down, calm down, calm down.
No, this is ridiculous. We need to
I know. Understand, it could be yours.
But we're letting them get away.
To be pushed for trying to help de-escalate, keep everyone calm, because I took in consideration that you are white. And that's the things that I get. When you're not thinking clearly, you're not thinking straight. I felt humiliated. I mean, I felt like, to me, I felt like when he pushed me and did that, he took the anger that he wanted to do to one of those protesters out on me.
Hi guys, I'm gonna just pause it again. I've never, in all of my days, seen police officers arguing with each other during a protest.
Everybody left is willing.
Everybody who has
Everybody still here is ready to go to jail.
So how do we do that peacefully without fucking our people up?
The negotiations had succeeded in giving many protesters a chance to climb down from the bridge. Those left knew what was coming.
You guys, we got to get off this interstate. They are bringing a lot of people.
All right, so now, according to everyone here, they are all ready to go to jail. Wait a minute.
Moments before troopers began arresting people, Ennis and Gray had one more conversation.
I don't want to be no more than anybody else.
You're making it fucking bad, bro. They're gonna fucking kill us, man. You want to try and run in the middle of someone and grab somebody? Come on, man. I know you're fucking mad. I know you're fucking hurting. But dude,
I understand that.
we're not gonna
be 13 to make the
She's not
arrest.
fucking standing here.
I know she's not.
She's
but
not
we've
standing
expressed to
here.
her what is going on.
And then if she wants to watch the video,
And the
she's
order,
surrounded by 100
and
motherfuckers.
the orders are to arrest them. And if they start beating us, we will start shooting. You know why? Because we are Atlanta PD. If we are surrounded and started getting beaten, I will empty my magazine. Okay?
But we can avoid having to empty our fucking magazines.
You're right.
Because
we shouldn't even be in the situation.
Because of just talking, they're fucking 3/4 fucking gone. Okay? So we can lock up all these motherfuckers. That's fine.
And we're about to.
That's fine. I like my odds better now.
The troopers would defend their actions in memos to supervisors. Corporal Asher Gray said, quote, "While I did lose my patience while holding the front line in the eyes of the public, I never took my anger out on the public. I did not use excessive force when making an arrest, and I did not put my hands on my troopers. I kept a level head and knew when I needed to disengage and walk away." The State Patrol said there was no formal investigation into its response on the bridge, but Captain Nikki Renfro, who'd given the initial order to arrest protesters, spoke with each of the 4 troopers who'd been first to arrive to the scene. That included Gray, Anthony, and Ennis. In a memo, Renfro told Gray it appeared to her that Anthony and Ennis had been trying to keep troopers from being possibly injured or killed. Captain Nicky Renfro said, quote, "After a long conversation, Corporal Gray still did not seem to see the viewpoint that I expressed. In a later meeting, the captain advised troopers against following orders that appeared unsafe in such moments. No disciplinary action was taken against any of the troopers. This February, Gray was promoted to sergeant.
5 seconds. Get off the bridge. 3, 2, 1. Just do what he did. Just wait.
For some, what happened on the bridge still rings out in their heads and on their lives.
Basically, I left that night on that bridge feeling more invigorated, feeling more passionate, feeling more determined to make sure that we don't let this moment, this uprising pass without doing everything we can do to shine a light on the systems that need to change in our society.
After that night, I thought about my retirement, and a lot of us did, a lot. I've already had gained a lot of stress from other things that I was experiencing. And that was just the icing on the cake for me. I had to make that decision, you know, to leave. You know, I had to make that decision for my health. Do I miss it a little bit? Yes. But, you know, I feel I have a higher calling, higher purpose to shed the light on things that people are uncomfortable with at that department or any other agency, you know, be that light.
Rayshard Brooks, like, we know the story. No one deserves to die. Everyone deserves breath. Everyone deserves life. Everyone deserves a second chance. Everyone deserves to get home safely.